In this video, you're gonna see me continue my adventures in the third sea for the first time ever. These are all of my new experiences of the many things that the third sea provides. So make sure you sit back, relax, and enjoy the video as I progress all of the third sea with my friends back in the Discord server. Now, to no one's surprise, we start off the video just straight up aura farming, showing off our pale scarf from the last Doe King that we killed in the previous video. Now, while I was being very useless, I had some friends that were actually trying to do something, and one of them suddenly found the Mirage Island. Now, the last time that I was in the Mirage Island, I thought it was only 4 fragment chests. I never knew that there was a bigger purpose to this island. Everybody started screaming at me that I should go on top of the highest peak in the Mirage Island and start using my V3 ability of my angel race. And I should have been doing all of that while looking at the moon at the same time. Now, I didn't know how old I was until everybody started explaining to me the reason of this quest. Every single person was shouting blue gear, V3 ability, V4 ability, all of that, upgrade this, upgrade that. I thought they were speaking Chinese. And no matter how many times they tried to explain it to me, I still couldn't understand it. Sorry boys, I'm just a big boomer. I have a pretty thick skull and just cannot absorb any more information. However, I didn't give up and I just listened. I kept looking at the moon, I kept using my V3 ability, but nothing happened. Until a genius amongst us rose up and said, we still haven't done some quests. So then later on, I was forcefully kidnapped and took to this slab. This literally was a talking slab that I never saw before. So I interacted with it and it started talking to me about some memory fragments. Everything started to sound so complex, so fast. But later on, I was instructed to go all the way to the top of the big tree in the map. And no matter how many times they said, make sure you go all the way to the top, I still misunderstood the assignment. I kept lingering on about this space, knowing that I was sure this was the spot. However, later on, one of my friends directed me to the actual position. And when we finally went to the top, he told me to interact with this other NPC. Now, when I did that, I went to this really nice tree in this really weird dimension. I didn't know where we were, but I had to talk to it and they started talking about some sealed king. Now, I swear to you, I couldn't even tell you what the hell was happening, but we later basically just teleported back. Then we went back to that slab of concrete, interacted with it yet again, and somehow I had to thank it and call it an admin, which was weird because I never knew an admin was a slab of concrete. Later on, I teleported back to the Mirage Island, went back to the peak and was looking at the moon. Unfortunately though, there was no moon. I had to wait all the way for the next day cycle. But it never happened and unfortunately, the Mirage Island disappeared. And so that was a bummer. I was excited to get this blue gear everyone was shouting about and saying how important it is and vital for the V4 upgrade. After that was done, we went back to Tiki's outpost and I was looking at my friend holding a phoenix fruit. And that gave me an idea. Maybe it's time for me to use the phoenix fruit. And because I'm a brokey and not monetized yet, I couldn't afford to buy myself one. So I had to resort to the second best option, which is to beg my friends to give it to me. Now, I am very, very lucky and have these generous and kind people that always help me throughout this game, and Mr. Terraboss Knight, also known as Spectre, was kind enough to lend me one. And so it was finally time to stop using the combinations of Buddha and Magma Fruit back to back to back and finally try something else. And that was the Phoenix Fruit. Now, if I know anything about the Phoenix Fruit, I know from the One Piece anime that it is more of a support fruit, but I was excited to try it nevertheless. And so the usual grind started with me trying to upgrade the mastery and trying to awaken all of its abilities. So we did a couple of raids and we awakened a couple of abilities. However, we didn't unlock everything because I was starting to get really bored of this fruit. Don't get me wrong, it's a really nice support fruit. The healing ability surprised me the most. They were really helpful when I was trying to assist my friends in sea battles mostly, but it's just not my type of fruit. I don't like being a supportive character. I like to lead. I like to destroy. That's how my character has been made. But anyways, enough of this yap. As soon as I awakened my last ability that I wanted to, we went ahead and sat down in this trading table, and you already know what happens when Zoro, aka ROUKTV, sits down. He gave me the second tiger fruit. Now, if you remember in the previous video, he already gave me a tiger fruit and a kitsune in the last video. But this time he gave me another tiger. And because that happened, my second friend, Whist, didn't want to just sit around, so he also pitched in and gave me the gravity fruit. And don't you worry, I will use this gravity fruit sometime later in the future. But before I could change this fruit, the phoenix fruit, I decided to try it one last time in the real test. So we went straight ahead to the Prehistoric Island. And so we lined up everybody and we had literally 4 dudes using the Buddha fruit, and I felt like I didn't fit in. I know I was underleveled, but the Phoenix fruit wasn't doing that good of a job. I felt like I wasn't doing much damage, and rather I was just looking up above as I spread my majestic wings and aura farm the whole island. Now I am sorry to say this, especially for those that really like the Phoenix fruit, but I don't think I will use this anytime soon. So I changed immediately to the Buddha fruit once again. But before I could even form a thought or even plan my next course of action, Mr. Zoro came in again, and this time gifted me the Buddha fruit, the T-Rex, the Sound, and another Phoenix. So thank you so much, Zoro. And then I started grinding my mines out all the way until I reached level 2460. And that's where I remembered the reason why I was doing all of the Prehistoric Islands. I wanted to unlock all of the weapons. And so I went ahead and got the Dragon Heart sword. And this was a really nice sword, not gonna lie, but unfortunately I don't have any footage of me using it. However, later on I decided to try out another fruit. After grinding a lot of hours with the Buddha fruit, I decided it's time to change up the pace. And so I asked all of the boys in the Discord server what I should use next. Now each and every one of them had something different to say, but inevitably we reached the conclusion to use the pain fruit. Now every time I use a mythical fruit, I get really excited because there is a reason why they are mythical, because obviously they are gonna be goated. And yet again, we started to level this bad boy up. We started from the ground up, mastery 0, and we kept on fighting bosses and enemies to try to max this mastery. Sooner or later, the numbers were flying and we were all the way up to 200 mastery and plus. And I really like this fruit. As you can see, I was really impressed with the pain meter. As soon as I died or something like that happened, I had this weird aura around my character that just made everything so much more fun. The only problem is it wasn't that long, but I can't even complain anymore. This fruit is really nice. But as the name suggests, it's a pain when you're grinding. So I wouldn't suggest this for any grinding. This is purely a PvP fruit. Now I completely forgot about this, where I didn't even know it in the first place, but apparently you can even upgrade the pain fruit, but it's not your usual raid experience. You have to do some weird stuff just to upgrade it. One of the very weird things to do to upgrade this pain fruit is to walk on lava as you have the lava potion. Now, was I able to make any of these lava potions, you ask? Absolutely not. But I have a 10,000 subscriber channel and I have a lot of friends and I am privileged. So all of the boys in the Discord server lended me some of these volcanic potions and I used them carefully. And so I unlocked the Infernal Endurance. I don't know what this means, but it was explained to me. This basically makes your pain meter stay for even longer, which is perfect because that was my only complaint about this fruit. Now, it wouldn't really be a testing for this fruit if it wasn't for the Prehistoric Island. So we started the Prehistoric event and I was using this fruit as much as I can. And like I said, this was a really good fruit and I was still very impressed. It's very fun to use and my favorite ability is the Fury Jab, the Z ability. It is one of the best and I like how you can keep shooting infinitely. Now, as I play every single day, I also stream my gameplay to my viewers. And most of the times when I stream, we try to go and do these Leviathan hunts and try to help people that unfortunately can't do it by themselves. So I thought this was the perfect opportunity to showcase my pain skills once more. And so the battle began and I was using my pain fruit to the best extent. I was using it very smartly and trying to beat this Leviathan in record time. And after the Leviathan was dealt with, it was time to take it to the Hydra Island because one of the boys really needed it to unlock their Draco V4, which after I received all the information about it, I kinda don't want to do it because it sounds super hard. Later on, we decided to help that friend yet again and try to find the Prehistoric Island so they can finally do the trials and unlock their Draco V4. And so we completed the Prehistoric Island yet again and we decided to aura farm a little bit until they are back. Now after we completed the Prehistoric Island, we decided to wait until our friend could finish his trial. And there was no better thing to do than to aura farm. I don't know why I even say this, I've been dragging this meme for the longest time ever, but deal with it. Anyways, after that was over and I went back, I decided it was finally time to defeat the Tyrant of the skies. Now the reason that I wanted to do this because going to Tiki's outpost has always been a pain and I discovered that there was a portal that I could use to go there. So what better way than to defeat this guy and unlock that portal. I also forgot to mention that I switched off of the pain fruit and decided to go back to Buddha because what else would I go back to? I'm trying to grind all the way to max level as soon as humanly possible, and the Buddha fruit just makes it so much easier. But after what felt like hours and hours of fighting this dude, I don't know how the hell he has so much HP, we finally defeated him. But I'm telling you, it's not even funny how much time it took us to defeat this guy. And it wasn't just me, there were like 18 other dudes in my server. How the hell didn't we beat him in 5 minutes? I don't know. After that was over, I decided it was finally time that I also buy the Beast Hunter ship. Now, normally I would rely on my friends to spawn me one, but sometimes when I'm helping different and new people in the Discord server, I really need to have my own ship. Not everybody has this, and it was the right choice anyway. And after I bought it, I was able to help all of the people in the server that wanted to do the Leviathans. After some time, and without me even knowing, someone apparently spawned the RIP Indra boss and defeated him. And per usual, everyone started shouting some weird things about how I can get the Tushita sword. Now, for some reason, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I really hate the word Tushita. Only because everybody kept repeating it for millions of times, it started to get really annoying. And so I just followed everybody into this waterfall, and we decided to defeat these NPCs and then walk around some bit. Some things led to the other, and some other weird things happened, and eventually I found myself looking at walls with encryptions on it. Everybody was trying to explain at once, and I swear to God, I didn't understand any of them. Apparently, there was some sequence that I had to do to light up some torches, and I had to go from the first torch to the fifth one, but we somehow didn't find one of them. I don't know, something happened, and there was a time limit as well that I never knew about, and by the time we finally got the sequence right, the timer went off and we couldn't get the sword anymore. And so yeah, it sucks. I just wasted about 15 to 20 minutes to try to get a sword that I never obtained. And so I didn't even know what to do next, but you know, I just went with the easy stuff. We basically just found another Leviathan. We helped some other people to get their first Leviathan Heart. Now, as you can see, we try to help people almost all of the time, so how about you join our Discord server? We are one big family. Now, this is honestly my favorite part of the video, or matter of fact, any other video, and that is the trading table. Every time I sit here, these guys bless me with the goodies. This time it was Obstructa's turn, also known as Chicken back in the server. He blessed your boy with the control fruit and a celebration bomb. And before I could even thank him, he decided to sit down once more and also give me the green lightning. Now, you tell me how privileged I am. I literally get all of these fruits for free. Now, my other friend, Demon Executioners, couldn't just sit there as he saw everybody gifting me some fruits, so he decided to gift me his own fruits. Apparently, he really wanted to one-up Chicken Guy, and he gifted me the control fruit, the gravity, the blizzard, and a lightning. Now, as I got up, I started thanking him as much as I can, because obviously that's all I can ever do, at least for now. But however, this guy wasn't done yet. He told me to sit down once more, and I'm not even gonna complain or even try to fight it off. I just sat down like a good little boy. And then he gave me a mammoth fruit, a shadow fruit, a gas fruit, and another celebration bomb. Now, I'm pretty sure you're familiar with the place that I'm in. I'm next to a submarine that is supposedly taking me to the last island in the third sea. This is the moment that I've finally been waiting for, to go all the way to the max level and end this game. However, that will happen in the next video. But before you go, I just really wanted to thank every single person in my Discord server that helped me every single step in this journey. This couldn't be possible without your help and your donations of these really nice fruits. So I thank each and every single one of you from the bottom of my heart. And if you guys watching want to also be in these videos and you want to play with me day to day and join my live streams, make sure you like, you subscribe, and you also join my Discord server. And I see you guys in the next video.